The score is up more than 80% and it has investors wondering why. Why should you invest in the score? First of all, if you don't know about the score is like TSN. It's a sports network. It's more popular here in Canada, but it is the second highest ranking sports app in the app sector. The business aspect of the score is, yes, they're on television, but also they have two major app platforms. Their first one is a score app that shares news, scores, and information of all your favorite players and your favorite teams. The second is a scores betting app. So scores betting app, which is currently only allows users in New Jersey, Colorado, and Indiana to bet on individual games, which is going to be coming into other countries, which we'll go further into the video. So the two apps are kind of very similar. The first one is obviously more info based. The second one is for placing bets. Now, if you didn't know, placing bets and the betting market is insane. We'll go into numbers very shortly. The score is currently the second best in class sports media brand with 4.1 million monthly active users, with the average user opening up the score app more than 110 times a month. This is obviously growing too as more and more sports fans start using the score app, which again, more active users and the more they use it creates more monetization for this app, which again, it makes the stock value a little bit higher. That's very important because they have these two major sectors. They got the app, they got the betting, and it kind of goes hand in hand because they're kind of trying to pull the people using the app into their gaming, and that's kind of what's got the price going up. If you haven't been following, DraftKings has also recently been on a pop, and it looks like it's also on the rise, where this is more of a similar platform, except this is it's in a much beginner phase, but also it has two sides to the coin, where it's a news platform, but also getting into the betting game. So the US gaming market is estimated to be $18 billion by 2025, and 63% of that will be coming from sports betting, which is pretty insane because what the score is trying to do is they're trying to enable their sports fans, and it looks like they have a huge list of sports fans, and allowing them to cross-platform and start betting on their favorite sports and their favorite teams and their favorite players, which is going to be pretty interesting to see. Currently, 44 states are looking to legalize sport betting by 2025. Now, this sounds awesome in theory, but we have to understand legalization is so much easier said than done. We've seen this with the cannabis industry where, states did say they're going to go legal, but it took so much time for it to happen. However, this movement is good. The fact that they're opening their mind and the fact that more and more states will be able to use a betting platform, which would just cause more people to come in. Canada is also introducing legalization of single event sport wagering, as currently they do not allow single event sport wagering in Canada. The score also close a $400 million deal December 11, 2020. So they're in a good position with cash. They're not going to be requiring a large amount of funding, which will delay them. In fact, reports say that the money will be used to fund working capital and other general corporate purposes, including the continued growth and expansion of their score bets operations in the US and Canada. It's good because the money that they have, they're planning on just using it to help promote the apps and promote this expansion of the betting, because it's going to be really interesting, guys. I myself am not major into sports, but growing up, a lot of my buddies are. I'm here in Canada, and we love hockey here in Canada. I say we very loosely because I don't really watch hockey, but we also love basketball. And again, I say we because I'm not really big into basketball. I'm not really big into sports, to be honest, but sports is such a big thing, and it's such a big part of our culture, and score obviously is more so in the Canadian side. But listen, the US is even more nuts in sports than us. Football is a religion over there, and if you're watching the US, which 52% of my users are, that's pretty crazy. Do I sound different? Do Canadians have an accent? It's something I always wondered. Anyways, it's gonna be pretty insane because again, US has such a culture around one, gambling, and two, sports. It's gonna be a win-win, especially for Score to take their already active users and start making them casually bet on games, which is gonna be really interesting to see. Their current market cap is $2.16 billion. It's not really comparable to DraftKings because DraftKings, I believe, DraftKings has a $24 billion market cap. So again, they're not really comparable right now because DraftKings, again, is mainly on betting, and the score is just getting in, which again shows us that this is early position, guys. I said this in my Neo video, and if you haven't watched the Neo video, go watch the Neo video. I'll put the card up here. But guys, this is so important that we look at this because again, they're such an early player in the game, and not just are they early, but they have such a clear plan. What happens when all the states legalize online betting? It's a simple shift from, hey, I already use a score, I'm already familiar with the app, I rather download their cross-platform app than going totally nuts in DraftKings, which it sounds like that's probably going to be the biggest pull. Now, some risk factors, but I actually see this as advantages, is score. The score reports lower revenue than last year, scaring off investors. But however, this can actually come into our play because again, guys, why are the revenues being lowered? Because listen, the sports seasons have been cut down. Again, I don't really watch sports, but I'm not clueless to the news, and we did see that the basketball season was shortened down. And again, I'm not going to start naming other sports because I don't want to put myself out there, but I know other sports seasons have been shrunken down. Again, guys, please, especially my US guys watching this, I think the football season was shortened down. I don't remember a Super Bowl being around February, and if it is, this is going to be totally embarrassing, and I should have fact checked this before saying this, but hey, I'm put out there. Obviously, because because of the COVID-19, we're having less audiences coming out to these crowds because one, capacity issues, but two, shorter seasons are obviously causing them to cut back in revenue, which we're probably going to see this spike back up next year. That being said, guys, that's basically what I have here today for the score and why I think you guys should invest. So score, I actually invested in score a couple months back, and I want to see what was my average price. I jumped in at $2.71 a share, and I was currently sitting at, I believe, $4.99 last I checked. So I'm up about 80%, which is it's crazy, guys, because the whole reason I jumped on the scores, once I found out, because again, this is not brand new news that gaming is going to be legalized. When I heard about this earlier, late January, I believe, that's when I jumped into the score, knowing that hey, we're going to take this $2 stock literally to $60 in a matter of time. Will it take months? Will it take years? Yeah, but again, guys, we only invest the money we're willing to lose. So the money that I wouldn't need, not the money I gotta pay my rent with, not the money I gotta pay my car for, no, money I'm willing to lose and put aside and forget, set and forget, and let that grow. All right, guys, it's as easy as that. Investing is not that complicated, guys. You start off by putting $100 in an account and just regularly investing, picking companies that you believe in and you see potential in, and over time you slowly grow your portfolio. If you're wondering how I got started, I actually made a video here, I'll put it up here as well, where how I started with a $100 account and turned to $10,000 in about a year, which is pretty insane. And I think that comes up 25%. So that was pretty cool for my first year investing. That being said, guys, if you enjoy content like this and you want to support the channel, I have a couple of affiliate links below. I got an affiliate link for Wealthsimple, where we both get a $10 kickback right now. I have a Coinbase referral where again we both get $10, and a ShakesPay where if you want to buy Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, and I believe it's in Canada only, we get $30 each when you deposit $100 into the account, which is pretty insane. So you want $30 for free, or you want to use any of those affiliate links and want to support the channel, make sure you use one of those. And again, guys, only invest the money you're willing to lose. Until next time, peace.